Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Vandy, and if you're a returning subscriber, hey. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. For the first time, I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I braid my own hair. This video was a long time coming because, and I don't know if this is true for all braiders, I don't like doing my own hair. Usually when I plan to braid my hair similar to this, it takes me somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks of planning, some time to pray and get myself together so that I don't lose patience with my own self, and also stocking up on a lot of wine. So as you can see, I installed some knotless braids on myself, and this is the actual first time I've ever done knotless braids on myself. And let me just tell y'all, this was eye-opening. I've done it so many times on so many people. Let me tell you, it is so much easier to do on other people. It is not a walk in the park for yourself. So you basically have to braid blind. I got so many requests from you guys requesting to show me braiding my own hair. So you guys are in for a treat. If you want to see how I installed these knotless braids and came up with this look, make sure you stay tuned. Alright guys, so I've already washed, conditioned, deep conditioned, blown my hair out and moisturize it. Now I'm going to go over it with a oil to further seal in the moisture. I like to use a combination of Jamaican black castor oil and this anti-frizz oil by Cantu. This is formulated for color treated hair, so I'm going to run that through primarily my tips and just the color treated areas, because those are the areas that I'm going to be most dry. The hair I'm using today is by Outre. This is their Braid Babe collection, and it comes in a whole bunch of different beautiful ombre colors, and I picked up this one that kind of fades from a 27 to a 613, and I picked up 6 packs of that. I also picked up 1 pack of this beautiful blush pink color. I knew I wanted highlights of light pink, so this worked out perfectly. And then I'm going to go ahead and prep my hair. I'm using my 120 spool rack here and filled the entire thing up with all 6 packs of hair. Well, no, 7 packs including the blush pink. I knew once I got towards the front that I was going to insert more pink towards the bottom. So I put small pieces of the pink to the side. Based on my calculations, I did about 3 strands per braid and a total of 45 braids. For each section of hair, I'm going to be using additional products to help control frizz and further lock in moisture. For the ends, I'll be using the Cantu pomade, and for the roots, I'll be using my Shine and Jam to kind of help me glide through each section. All right, here we go. So I decided to go with the traditional square pattern brick lay because I kind of like the way it looked, and I knew this was going to be a challenge, so I had my mirror handy. But after I got through row 2 or so, that's when things got a little bit frustrating. I'm a little OCD about clean parting, so it was frustrating for me, but I knew that it wasn't going to be perfect because clearly I can't see the back of my head. So I called in reinforcements, and hubby came to the rescue with a little bit of coaching and pulling and tugging. We were able to come up with a somewhat even row in the middle because I just could not see that part of my head at all. So what I did was I kind of parted on each side and told him to connect the dots. Can you like line this little spot right up here?
Yeah, that's when I point you, right?
Yeah, that's it. Perfect, perfect.
Yep,
yeah,
that's
just
it.
Connect the dots. There we go.
Right.
Yeah, that's perfect, perfect. Yay! So with row 3 somewhat even, I was able to at least get the vertical parting somewhat spaced out correctly. I just really could care less as long as it looked like somebody, you know, tried at least, you know. Now, normally when I am braiding someone else's hair, I will braid underhanded to get the tension that I'm looking for. However, when I'm doing my own head, I have to do it overhanded. The entire head I had to do overhand. And you'll notice that the tension is not nearly as tight as I would like it to be. However, that's just the best I could do as far as my hand placements go. So here is a look at how I did one in the front. And of course the camera angle is not the best, so I will show you guys a little bit later how I did the back, and maybe you can get an idea of how I fed the hair in. But it's basically the same concept. I'm just doing a 3-strand braid, and with each rotation I'm adding a half of one piece of hair into my pinch finger, and then I'm doing a rotation and then turning the hair over on the other side. So it can be a little bit confusing, which is why for most of this process I was looking into space and relying solely on what I was feeling with my hands, because every time I would look up and try to see what I'm doing, I was doing everything backwards. So this is a good exercise for those of you who want to learn, because once your hands learn how to do it without looking, it becomes muscle memory, and then you can just keep going and keep going from there. I have several videos on how to do a feed in, how to do a knotless. So I will link those in the captions above. So one of the reasons I had to use all of the packs of hair is because I wanted the hair to be longer, especially as I got closer to the front, so that it would all be pretty much even throughout. So I'm feeding in hair as I go about halfway down the braid to extend it out. And this is where I started adding in a lot of that blush pink to add that color in there. And here is a closer look at how to do that feed in as well. Again, there is a very detailed tutorial on how to do this feed in process seamlessly. Here's another look at how I installed it from the back overhanded. So I just reinstalled one in the back because when I ran the footage back, I realized that these camera angles were just not working at all, and my head was bopping and moving and all kinds of stuff. But as you can see, I've just started my 3-strand, and I'm inserting a strand at the root by adding one side of it to my pinch hand, rotating, and then pulling the other side down towards the middle. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing with strand number 2 and continue the same process until I achieve the desired thickness I want for that braid. After I fed in all the hair I want, I'm going to braid down about 3, 4, maybe 5 rotations, and then I'm going to flip my hand towards the front so that I'm not straining my arms too much, and also doesn't wrap the braid around itself. It continues on, and then I braid going towards the front. So here's the final look. I absolutely love this hair. The color came out beautifully. And for the ends, I could have dipped them and made them completely straight, but I wanted a more voluminous look. So I wrapped the ends in these large flexi rods. I dried the hair and let it cool completely before moving the flexi rods. That way the curl sets and I don't have to worry about it relaxing too much. To finish everything off, I'm going in with my favorite mousse. It's going to set my ends of my hair in place, further reduce the frizz, and add a little bit of shine to it. For nightly maintenance, I have two options for you guys. First being that I put it into a low ponytail, tie up my edges, and then tuck all of my braids into a very large bonnet, like so. And of course, I won't be going to bed with my makeup on. The other option is to gather it all into a very high bun, and if you have a small bonnet, that usually does the trick as well. So that's it, you guys, for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful to you guys. As you know, braiding can be a tedious task. For me, it took me around 4 hours or so from beginning to end to complete the install, and it's really because I was able to prep ahead of time. Turned my music on and poured up my glass of wine and went to town. As far as how they feel and how it's going, I absolutely love this. I now understand why my clients love this style so much. Like, literally absolutely no tension. These are the right size for my hair density. I also am not a big fan of takedowns, so I wanted something not too big, not too small, so that I'm not spending the same amount of time taking down my hair. So I am imagining that I'm gonna be wearing these for about 6 weeks or so, and then I'll be jumping into another style because I'm gonna be doing some traveling, hopefully. I also have a really dry scalp, so I do have to maintain them a little bit more often than other folks do. So I did pick up some new products, so I will be trying those out in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that video. So yeah, as always, I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, make sure you share it with a friend. Thumbs up the video because it helps my channel out a whole lot. Also, if you don't want to miss any of my new uploads, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. Thanks for stopping by, you guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.